what's happening is, because of the imprinting, lack of knowledge, of true knowledge, wisdom from God, you're caught under a legal spell. That's why they place the surname over top of the given name, even though they don't have authorization to have that given name even on there. But they require it, so they're trespassing under active state first. And the fact that people can't get their head around what's going on, what happened first, they're trying to find a way that somehow they're going to work within the problem, and they're going to somehow gain some kind of adverse further possession of something. There's something secret that's being hidden from them, and they're going to get specialized, better documents from the government. The evidence is already here. If this document is no good, the one the parents filled out, how can any other document down below it be any good? What a confused mental state people must be in to believe that a derivative document down below could be better. So what does basically the state basically do? Of course, they're going to issue a birth certificate, but the birth certificate would only have happened had the state trespassed on the given name, because they didn't have anything to use to create a birth certificate without that. The surname is definitely their title, but they had to trespass on something that was natural in order to create a clash between titles. Something that was basically from one jurisdiction and something was from another. There can't be a war without that. There can't be a trespass without two separate things colliding. So they induced something into their fabled event, because that's all these surnames are fabled genealogies. It's imaginations, imaginations of the nations. And so basically they require you to believe that that's yours. And once I got you believing in that spell, then you're going to think it's yours, and you're going to start registering lots of things in there. But it's not yours, because you're registering something into something that's not yours. And nature doesn't register anything. Let's get that straight. Why would nature register anything? Why would something from God be registered? That's why Mary and Joseph didn't register Jesus. They didn't make it. They got out of the way. He wasn't registered. There's no evidence of it in the Bible, because God doesn't register his property with the legal state of man. That would be like saying man is greater than God, or Satan is greater than God, or Caesar is greater than God. So what you're confused in, you want to keep on sticking your privates in the public. And they never had authorization. There's not an officer on the road that operates for the legal state has the authorization or the power to demand something that is private, because their world only works on the record, not off the record. You need to let them know that you're removing any at all authorization and consent on your part for them to use your God-given private name for any at all legal instruments. Now, I don't know how more clear I can make that. How you want to write that, that's up to you. I'm not penning it for you. I can basically explain what it is. When I'm doing this on the videos, I told people probably 30 or 40 videos ago that I'm not a Canadian, because I couldn't be. That's a fiction. Now, if a man believes he's a fiction, he's definitely insane. So if you really believe that you're a Canadian or an American, then you need some mental help from God. And that's why we're putting these videos up. You need a spiritual exorcism. But unfortunately, you're not going to get it from the Roman Catholic Church. Funny enough, they claim that they can do exorcisms, and they're the guys who actually put the spirit of evil in you. So What happens when you get a driver's license? Well, you're now operating under a licensing to use something that doesn't belong to you. You don't need a license to be yourself. And what people haven't caught, and I didn't try to draw some, basically pornographic picture on here. That's just basically the symbol that's on the Ontario driver's licenses where your picture and your consensual signature appears. I'm not going to disclose this driver's license, certainly not mine, but someone let me use it for purposes for this illustration. But there's a nice little hologram on the right-hand side. So people, at least from Ontario, I haven't seen the ones from other provinces, so I'm not sure. But I can tell you the ones I've seen in Ontario, it is a very interesting picture, and you need to go to look at it. You need to see the hologram or the symbol where they actually place your picture and your signature and what the shape is there and what it represents. So we'll talk about that in the next video.